BS Show, Season 4, Episode 16. Sean Gankars with Justin Chasmore and Adam Tynan. Boys, another massive 8-1 week. And we can finally say we flipped the script on this season. 80-73 overall for the season. One last week of the regular season before the playoffs. Boys, you combined 6-0 last week. I won fucking Washington. I'm sorry, but fuck you. I don't feel bad. Washington should have covered that. But hey, this is a tough week. Luckily, we built up some wins going into it. How do we feel last week before the playoffs, boys?
Yeah, Gank, we were going through pre-show, and spreads are tough this week. You really don't know who's going to play, what's going to happen. So it'll be a fun one to pick, that's for sure. But excited to get hot. I mean, we're 27-9, right? Last 4 weeks. That's just good stuff all around. Gank, we don't have. Well, actually, I guess nobody really has much playoff potential for our teams, so that's unfortunate. But we'll enjoy what we got.
Yeah, 27-9 is good stuff. And I feel like even before AT joined the show, like the first couple of years, me and Gank are just notorious of ending the year pretty good. And it's history is repeating itself again this year. This week is tough, so hopefully we can keep it going. But got to give myself and Gank a little shout out. Fantasy Football Championships.
Good job, That's Gank. It. There we go. Good job. Good job. Nicely done. Adam. Try to improve the playoff record next year. The Cincinnati Bengals of fantasy football this year. But,
yeah, please, no. The Bengals are who beat me in 3 leagues. So
that's true too.
Jesus,
fucking Jamar Chase. Tough to see. Jazz, you're probably sweating after an early Deontay Johnson touchdown on Monday night. Probably did not help your cause, but
dude, I was up 25. The guy had 15 at halftime. I was not happy.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. But hey, you got the win. That's all that matters. We got a trophy to carry into next year. But like I said, start last week of the regular season. Let's get to it. We have 2 Saturday games to start. I'm not going to lie. I remember the NFL announcing that was the thing before the season, but I completely forgot about it until I saw the release of the schedule for this upcoming week. But we'll start in Denver, where the Chiefs have a chance of that 1 seed in the AFC, that wild AFC. They are 10.5-point favorites on the road, over under 44.5. Denver once again throwing Drew Lock out there, and kind of says enough for me to scare me away from Denver. But at the same time, they go to the thing we always go to, a divisional game, as they all will be this week. Divisional game and a big spread. And even though Denver has nothing to play for, the Chiefs still have a 1 seed out there. I mean, I don't think Denver's going to quit, and it's still not an easy place to go to. While Kansas City a lot of success in this division, obviously, and I do think they win the game, I'm going to take Denver just because of the hook there. Chiefs win. I actually love the over 44.5. Give me the Chiefs 31-21.
Yeah, Gank. I mean, I could be wrong here, but I feel like these Chiefs Broncos games are always a little tight. And you know, they slow Mahomes down sometimes, but still obviously Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs coming off a tough loss to a surprisingly great Cincy team this year. But I'm with you there. I think with the hook, you go with Denver. It just seems like the right play. And, you know, the Chiefs, they've looked very good, but they've won kind of ugly over their big win streak before they lost. So, you know, I think it's just 10 points is too much. I love the hook. And I'm going to go similar score to you. I like a little bit less points, though. I'll go 27-17 Kansas City.
I'm going to go the other side here. I'm going to make the case for the Chiefs. I'm going to take them minus the points. I think the Broncos, especially with Drew Lock, I said it last week, I think Drew Lock is just not good at football. And I think the Broncos at this point, 7-9, they don't really have much to play for. Being home is obviously an advantage when you have to go to Denver. But the Chiefs coming off a bad loss, I think they're going to want to get right here before the playoffs. And I think it's 2 totally different outlooks on this game. A Chiefs team trying to get right before the playoffs versus the Denver team that has nothing to play for. So I expect the Chiefs to go in here and mop up the Broncos like the Broncos got mopped up last week. I'll go Chiefs 33-13.
Big mop up. All right. Philly and Dallas, second Saturday game here Saturday night. Philly 7-point underdogs at home, over under 42.5. Two teams here have clinched a playoff spot. Dallas and NFC East chance. Philly clinching a wild card spot, finding themselves in after a pretty rough start first half of the season for Philly too and everything, but they find themselves in the postseason. And looking at this game, kind of I'm actually to take Philly +7 at home here. I know we were talking about this game pre-show. Dallas obviously, more to play for here, especially when it comes to improving seeding and on who you want to play. But as we mentioned pre-show, Dallas maybe seeing an Arizona team, maybe a Rams team too. You never know if they're stuck in that 4 spot. I want to see the Rams. So I'm Dallas. I'd rather see an Arizona than a divisional team in Philadelphia in the first round. Honestly, I don't think Arizona is good enough to beat Dallas twice. Impressive win last week against them. They got the job done. That kind of felt like an area where Arizona was going to win. I believe I kind of picked that too. But with that said, I still like this Dallas team better than most in the NFC, pretty much better than anyone. That's probably not Green Bay and maybe the Rams. But with that said, if I'm Dallas, I'm laying a little low. I'm making sure you're healthy going into the playoffs because I do trust you guys over everyone. So give me the Eagles and the points, even though I'm sure they're going to be laying low too. I don't know what to expect from this game. I'll take Philly at home +7 in that case. I'll take Dallas to win though, 23-17.
Yeah, Gank. I mean, a divisional game. The Eagles might not play too many guys. They just got hit with COVID. But I like the Cowboys here. I think the Eagles are going to just kind of stumble into the playoffs because they're already locked in. Obviously, the Cowboys are too, but they have a little bit more to play for. And I'm not with you. I don't think Dallas wants to see Arizona. I think they want to see the 6 or the 7 because they're going to usually beat bad teams and lose to the good ones. So I think Arizona would probably go in and beat Dallas again. With that being said, I see them covering here. I think Eagles just don't play guys. Cowboys more to play for, and this isn't really close. I will go 27-17 Dallas.
I'm with Gang on this one. I'm going to take the boys to cover the 7. I don't think many people are going to play for Philly, but I know even if Jalen Hurts does not play, it's Gardner Minshew time. And Minshew played very well in his one start, and then he also had the stones to go right into Nick Sirianni's office and say he wanted a starting job. So this is an audition for Gardner Minshew for next year. He's at home in a big game, prime time. Everyone's going to be watching him. I don't expect him to play too poorly. The Cowboys could have every starter on the field. I'll still take Philly +7 here. I think the Cowboys win. I think they find a way, but I expect Minshew to play pretty decent. So I'll go Dallas 27-23.
I'm calling it here. Why don't the Browns go get Gardner Minshew? He will be better than Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield stinks.
You can be better than Baker Mayfield.
He's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Go let Gardner Minshew out battle him. It's the exact opposite of Baker. Baker just complains and won't all pick. Gardner Minshew is just a grinder.
Yeah. He's going to go win that. Yep. All right. As we've been saying too, last week, a lot of games may not going to mean anything. This being one of them, Green Bay and Detroit. Detroit 2.5-point underdogs at home over under 43. Literally best versus worst in the NFC. Green Bay 1 seed locked, playoffs going through Lambeau Field in the NFC, and Detroit is Detroit. Their season's been long done. But that said, Green Bay, obviously, I'm expecting them. I'm sure they're going to be resting their guys. They're not going to put anyone out there. So on the flyer, I'll take the Lions in the upset at home here to win this game because Detroit, I have a feeling they still play hard and they try to win these games. And I think Detroit's just going to want it more with Green Bay knowing what's in front of them. Give me the Lions pull off the upset at home, 23-20.
Dan Campbell will have the boys ready to bite some kneecaps here. I just see them winning this. Packers don't care about the game. The problem hasn't been them resting guys to win a divisional. It's problems getting to the Super Bowl Conference Championship. So I'll take the Lions to win. They just got more to play for. I think that they'll take care of business at home against the Packers, who got nobody going. I'll go 23-20 Detroit.
Yeah, this is a interesting game. And you guys know I've been a big Lions supporter this year, gets the spread at least. So I'm going to take them to win here as well. This is the top 2 of the 3 teams that gets the spread this year. The Packers are number 1, the Lions number 3. So obviously no Aaron Rodgers, why I'm going to take the Lions. Lions probably shouldn't want to win when it comes to draft pick for next year, but Dan Campbell's going to have them ready to play. They just scored a shit ton of points last week in Seattle. Their defense can stop anyone, but I don't think Jordan Love is too great. We saw him in Kansas City and he did not look very good. So I'll take the flyer on the Lions as well. I'll go Lions 23-21.
Guys, did they say is Jordan Love starting?
I mean, I'm not expecting Aaron Rodgers to play.
Right.
If
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers was playing, this line would be way bigger.
Week 18 in a nutshell, right there. We all just picked the Lions to beat the Packers. So
Hey, it's like week one. It's like week one when I picked the Texans.
yeah, that's it. All right, Adam, your Bears and just an all-around meaningless game. Minnesota's eliminated, I do believe, but that's where Chicago's heading. Minnesota minus 2.5 at home, over under 44.5. Adam, what are you looking for, if anything, in this game?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I'll say is the Bears have beaten the Kirk Cousins led Vikings. I actually don't. Oh, no, he'll be back because the quarantine's less now. I think Mike Zimmer is clearly frustrated and done in Minnesota based on his post-game press conferences. Bears said they're going to move on from Nagy after the year, which I'm pretty pumped about. I just think the Bears come out and play more. I'll just take the points here. I would stay away from this game, but the Bears have taken care of business against the Vikings recently. So I'll just take them to win outright in a real slugfest. We'll go 20-16 Chicago.
And that seems about right. Joe Mixon also just tested positive for COVID. That just came up as we're going here. But keep that in mind as we get to that game. But yeah, Adam, I'm kind of with you here. I don't even know what I'm going to see for this game. I just imagine, is Fields back or did they shut Fields down for the year?
They're still deciding.
Because honestly, if I'm seeing Fields out here, that's what I want to see. Like, give him one last chance. It's a secondary you kind of throw against and maybe build some confidence, going into your sophomore season next year. Closing on a strong finish here, but I'm with you, Adam. Just give me the Bears. Sounds like Kirk Cousins struggles against his team. I'm sure he does. Struggles against a lot of teams when you're Kirk Cousins. 17-16.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much on this one. I didn't know which way to go. The thing with me is the Vikings last week on Sunday night in Lambeau. Obviously, they knew they were probably going to get killed, but they looked like they wanted to be anywhere else except in that football game. And Sean Mannion he just ain't it. So whether we see Kirk, Sean Mannion, whoever the hell we see for them, I'll go with the Bears. They won a couple. They won a few straight. We'll end the year on a high note for Chicago. Let's go. Let's go Bears 24-17.
As a Giant fan, I'd like to see the Vikings get that pick wise, but Bears is going to snake some wins and tank that pick for us, ruin it. All right. Indy and Jacksonville, Colts 15.5-point favorites here, over under 44. Colts need this win, stay in the playoffs, lose, and hope some other things happen or you may miss. But just talked about pre-show. You guys picked me up on something I didn't know. Apparently, Indy has not won in Jacksonville since 2014. With that said, this game feels a little bit different than those past ones. The Jags have had some good teams in those mid-2000s up until 2018 when we talked about losing the conference championship game before, obviously, kind of being the Jaguars again and falling off. Indy just needs this too much more. Tough loss to the Raiders last week. Hell of a game to watch, though, but give me Indy the win, the cover. They're just too good all around. I think they dominate the Jaguars here in a must-win. Take the Colts 27-10.
One thing I've learned about week 18, last week of the season, over the years, is something weird's going to happen. I don't think the Jags are going to win, but I kind of think they're going to make the Colts sweat. It's a little bit of a mental thing. The Colts should take care of business, but this team isn't that different from last year. Like we said, when they went in and smoked them, the Jags week 1, and then didn't win a game for like 3 months. I just think the Jags keep it a little bit close. Trevor Lawrence finds a little bit of success against the Colts D, and they sweat. They take care of business, though. I just think 15.5 is too much. So I'll take Jacksonville to cover, but the Colts win. I'm going to go 24-14. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, this is probably the biggest game of the week, as crazy as that may sound, for a lot of AFC teams. Because if the Jags are able to pull off the upset, it opens the door for a few teams. But I don't expect that to happen. If you're the Jags, I don't know why you would want to even compete in this game. You have the number 1 draft pick right now. Don't fuck it up. The Colts, I think the Colts are a threat in the AFC still. I know they lost last week. They had a hiccup, but I think they're going to go in here, take care of business. Jonathan Taylor is going to have a massive day. And I think they roll. Unfortunately for the Ravens, the miracle's not going to happen. But let's go Colts 27-10.
Eh, I would say that's Ravens, one of those teams that will open the door for them, and I believe the Steelers still in it. That can really open the door for them. Um, be it coming up to that game pretty shortly, but another AFC here. Titans 10.5 point road favorites in Houston, over under 43, and Tennessee all of a sudden finding themselves back as the 1 seed, and I'm pretty sure they're winning home field here, and it's actually incredible with no Derrick Henry that they still find themselves in this spot in Week 18. But with that said, Derrick Henry is also on the verge of coming back. I hear that Tennessee may be testing him this week, see what he can do. I imagine if you're the Titans, you don't want to push him too much last week of the season. You're still in the playoffs. I'm sure you definitely want him healthy for when you get in. But give me the Titans to win this game. The Texans, Davis Mills has actually looked pretty impressive compared to, what he was early this season when he was starting for a hurt Tyrod. But Texans just still too many problems. Obviously, just not that good of a football team at all. Titans find a way to win. Finally knocked off Miami's win streak yesterday, last week in dominating fashion. And I see the Titans rolling here to a 1 seed. And, well, unfortunately, I'll probably pick whoever's playing the Titans their first playoff game. I'll go against Tennessee, but give them the win in the 1 seed this time. I'll take the Titans 31-14.
Yeah, this is a weird one because the Texans did go into Tennessee maybe like the second game after Derrick Henry was gone and beat them pretty easily. But I think the Titans are just rejuvenated because they know that Derrick Henry, if they win this game, Derrick Henry should be back for their playoff run divisionally with the divisional round with the bye. So I think they win and take care of business. The hook scares me, but I'm still going to take the Titans to win and cover in this one just because they just seem like they're ready to play. And Houston's got some life, but Tennessee knows how important this is and doesn't want to leave it up to, Kansas City possibly losing. So I'm going to take them to win and cover here, and I'm going to go 30-16.
I'm going to take the Texans to cover here, and kind of the same explanation Adam had for the Colts not covering. Just kind of feel like the Titans are going to keep this one close. To me, I feel like the Titans kind of flew under the radar all year. And now here they are in the 1 seed. I mean, we talked about the Chiefs all year. We talked about the Bills. We talked about the Patriots for about 2 months about how they're the best team in the NFL. And now all of a sudden the Titans are 11-5, and it's setting up perfectly for them getting Derrick Henry back, fully healthy off a bye if they can just win this game. I think they win it, but I do think it's close. I think the Titans are better, or the Texans are a decent team, and Davis Mills has played well. I picked the Texans week 1 to win. I'm not going to take them to win here, but I'll take them to cover both week 1 and week 18. So I'll go Titans win a sweaty one, 24-20.
Wow. Gotta give Texans credit. They've played some close games against some good teams.
Yeah.
They're not getting smoked.
They have.
Yeah.
Like I said, Davis Mills, though, like,
He looks
I don't
good.
get it. Like, early in the season, he was brutal. Like, painful to watch. Now, all of a sudden, he's fucking damn near pushing rookie records on completion percentage. Like, it's nuts. But all right, Washington heading to MetLife to play my Giants. Giants 6.5 point dogs at home here, over under 38. I am not going to say too much on the Giants right now because I don't know what's coming. What I do know is Black Monday is right around the corner. I think we're going to learn a lot about the Giants and how they feel about their future, what direction they're going in. So I'm going to try to hold out on that before I say too much here. This game, obviously meaningless. Giants offense is anemic. I don't know how they may not score at all. So because of that, I'll take Washington to win and cover the -6.5 here. I'll go 14-6.
I mean, the over-under is 38, and Gang takes 14-6, 20 points left. I mean, Jazz, I know you said you didn't watch that Giants-Bears game, but I have never seen a more just terrible offensive performance, I feel like, against a bad Chicago team. I will not pick the Giants to win or cover anything this week based on that performance. They did not want to be in that game. Mike Glennon is like the worst quarterback in NFL history. So I am going to take the football team to win and cover. They play hard still. I think Rivera is kind of coaching for his job in some way. Heineke still has something to prove. So I'll take the football team to win and cover. I will go 20-10.
Yeah, I mean, I'm taking Washington too. I said it last week. I'm not taking the Giants to cover anything the rest of the season, and that was only a couple of weeks. But my question is, who the hell is going to watch this game in LA? It's going to be fucking freezing. You have two bad teams. I mean, if you're going to this
People
game,
still go. People
I
still
know.
go though.
Yeah, I mean,
It's crazy. Yeah.
over under
I mean, I guess-
38. Like
Yeah.
it's just. I don't
If you
know.
live that close, tickets are probably like $10, and why not?
Literally.
It's something to
Yeah.
do. But like,
Right.
dude, can you imagine like from our area, like where I am, like driving up for that game? Fuck no.
No. With that being said, I'm going to take my Washington football team to end the year on a high note, get their 7th win, and I'm going to go 21-6.
21-6. All right. So Giants are scoring 6. Adam gave them a very respectable double digits.
That might be pushing it.
Yeah. You watched the offense last week, and what world are the Giants getting double digit points?
Jake
Well,
Fromm,
Glennon's
baby.
not starting. Yeah, Glennon's not starting.
That's true. Last time Jake Fromm started, though, he got benched for Glennon to come back. So, yeah, I don't know what to expect. All right, Chaz, here's your big one here. Steelers, Ravens. Baltimore -5.5 at home, over under 42. You mentioned how big that Indy game is, and an Indy loss is big, and this is the game that's really going to open up the door for. How do we feel here?
Yeah, I mean, the winner of this one would probably get in if the Jags somehow pull it out. As a Raven fan, the last 2 months have been just heartbreak after heartbreak. And at this point, I honestly don't want them to win on Sunday. I want them to lose, and I want them to get a better draft pick. And their schedule, the difference of the schedules, they lined up the schedules for next year. They could set themselves up very, very nice if they were to lose this game and finish in 3rd or 4th place in the division. If they win, like I said, it's a 2% chance they make the playoffs. Even if they make the playoffs, I mean, we've seen that secondary. We've seen the team this year. It's just, it wasn't their year from the start, and come week 18, it still looks that way. So tough year. Big Ben's last game of his career. Obviously, they came off a big emotional win last week. So since I'll be rooting for it, I'm going to take the Steelers to win in Baltimore. The Ravens will probably win by 40, but Steelers 24-23.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of ironic the one year that Gank picks Lamar to win something, they don't even make the playoffs. Sorry, Chad. It just,
Well, yeah,
you don't
but-
want. Yeah, no, I
Well-
mean, it's not his fault at all. It's not Lamar's
Yeah.
fault anyway. Yeah. No, I mean, I think the Steelers win this game outright as well. They just have a little more to play for. And the Ravens, I mean, they just had a tough year. It really hasn't, it's not an excuse. They just genuinely haven't had a lot of really good players. And when you take those guys off teams, they lose. So I think the Steelers win. There's got more to play for, especially with the 5.5. Either way, I could see it being the lower scoring kind of, 3-point field goal game. Steelers win. Not really sure if it matters, but I'll take them to win 20-16.
Yeah, to be fair, I usually always pick Baltimore and make the playoffs. This was the year I decide to, just send them all the way to the Super Bowl. But
Yeah.
I will say this though, and I will say this: and this is a massive if because they got hurt from day one, but if they did not get hurt before the year, I genuinely think they would have made the AFC title game.
yeah, and these injuries show for Baltimore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the injuries show, and that's the thing because Chaz, you're the Raven fan. I mean, if you're watching Indy and they're losing, you're up. I'm sure you get that brings a little hype. But at the same time, it is at a point where there's just too many season-long injuries on this Ravens team, season-ending injuries, and it's making the playoffs even worth it just to probably get bounced first round to whoever you'll see with the way that team's banged up. But that said, I'm with you. I'm going to take the Steelers to win this game outright. I actually think the Steelers could get the miracle and lucky enough to get in. I think they could actually surprise and shock someone first round. I mean, a defense kind of getting healthy again, coming around. We saw it on Monday night. What they have 8-9 sacks out there and starting to look like a defense they may not want to see. They do not have a Super Bowl talent run in them, but they have a defense that's scary enough for any team that no team's probably going to want to see in the first round if they do get in on that miracle. I think the Steelers are just a little better right now. Baltimore, obviously the injuries have just been too much starting to show. And well, the amount of 1-point losses from this team too is just unbelievable over the past month. But yeah, I'll take the Steelers outright win 24-20.
And like their last 2 losses at home or against the top 2 seeds in the NFC with Tyler Huntley, and they lost both games by a point.
Yeah.
Like, just
Well, if the Colts did lose to the Jags and the Steelers win, then the Colts are out.
correct.
Oh my God. That would
Yeah.
be madness.
Because of the Jags.
Because the Jags.
And the Jags would lose the first.
It's
pick.
just if the
Yeah.
Colts lose, they're going to be out regardless. Then probably
Oh yeah.
because unless Baltimore and Pittsburgh tie, but I imagine if the Colts lose and winner of that game would jump them.
Yeah.
Is there an AFC wild
Well,
card clinch?
the Ravens also needed the Ravens need the Patriots to beat the Dolphins too
Okay,
for a tie breaking shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, tie breaking. All right, the other AFC North game here, Cincy heading to Cleveland. Cleveland 3-point underdogs at home, over under 40.5. We know Cleveland ain't playing well. We know Baker ain't playing anyways. He's finally having his surgery. Here comes the cat here. But Cincy, are we sure Cincy can get the 1 seed? Is that
Yes.
actually mathematically possible?
If the Chiefs and Titans lose and Cincy wins, I saw that they can get it.
Okay. With that said, though, I think by the time this game kicks off, I already have Kansas City beating Denver, which knocks out Cincy from getting any 1 seed. So I don't even know how many or if any of their guys are really going to play. Wouldn't be surprised they do the old, throw a quarter at them just to keep them in rhythm, especially the way Burrow and this offense has been clicking. I don't think you really want to get that out of rhythm, but I'm not expecting much since these guys playing either. So I have no idea how to pick this game, honestly. I don't even know who's starting for the Browns at quarterback. I don't even know who'd be starting for Cincy if Burrow doesn't play. So with that said, I'll just take the team that's been better all year regardless, and that's Cincy to win and cover this one, 21-17.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be quick with this because I agree. I just think it'd be kind of funny if the Browns went out and won with Baker Mayfield sitting out just to stir that controversy more. And Keenum goes out and plays pretty well. The Browns' offensive line is really banged up, so that concerns me. I'll take the Browns with the points here. This is a toss-up, stay-away game, no doubt, because I agree. I don't know what the scenario is, especially towards the end of the game. So I'll just take the Browns to win here. I'll go 20-17.
Yeah, I'm going to be rooting for the Browns here too. Like I said, I want the Ravens to lose, and if the Browns win, then the Ravens would officially come in last place in the AFC North and have the easiest schedule possible for next year. So let's go Browns. I'll go 23-16. And if that happens, Gank, the Ravens go to MetLife next year to face your Giants.
Wait, if what happens?
If the Ravens lose and the Browns win.
Oh, wow. We don't play the AFC North. Is that just a random 18th or 17th game added on?
I guess.
The way it works out now.
I guess.
I've been trying to figure it out. I guess it's now conference games. The Giants had a game this year was Miami.
Yeah, it was like
And then
across.
yeah, I think they go out of conference with it, but I'm not sure. But
And if the Ravens win and the Bengals win, then the Ravens would come to Philly.
So you're going to MetLife for Philly regardless.
They could come. They could come in third, and then they would go to Washington. I don't want to go to FedEx Field though.
I'm trying to figure out where
literally falling apart.
I'm trying to figure out where that game, where that added game gets added on. But if I'm starting to sense this right, Giants played the Ravens last year, right? We played your division.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was the COVID era thing about going. Then COVID happened. We couldn't because it was in Baltimore. So I'm starting to realize it's whatever like out of conference division you played the year before. I think it's like where you finish in your division.
Yeah.
And go against that team. I think that's how they had because I know the Giants the year before that played the AFC East and they had the Dolphins with the way they matched up. But anyways, AFC East, Miami, Dolphins, 6.5-point underdogs at home against New England. Over under 40. And these next two games in the AFC East are ones to actually pay attention to. And win a division, get a home game. A lot of teams, obviously, you're going to want that in the playoffs. But That said, next game we'll get to. I don't think Buffalo's going to lose. I do think that division will be theirs, but New England should come out and play. Miami eliminated. Belichick, even when undefeated, we'll send his starters out there last week of the season, go win a game. And especially this one with division hopes, I think they take care of business here. I don't know what to expect from Miami. I mean, they had a great run this season after a terrible start to put them in a spot to possibly make the playoffs before getting crushed last week. Respect to that, but they ain't going to get it done at home here. Miami did beat New England way back when in week 1. I think New England seeks redemption on the road here. Give me the Patriots 24-14.
Yeah, my favorite bet for this game is definitely the under. I just kind of see Tua struggling against Belichick, and the Patriots take a run first, Mac don't mess it up type deal like they have in certain games. I'm going to take the Fins to cover. I just kind of got a feeling here. I feel like they played them well. I think they won when they played the Patriots the first week. So I'm going to take the Fins to cover in a low scoring, brutal game. Let's go 2017.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm with AT. I like the under and I like the Fins. I think obviously the Fins are eliminated, but I think the Fins are a team that they're gonna try to play spoiler a little bit here. And obviously the Patriots can't get knocked out here, but I think the Fins and Brian Flores, obviously against the Patriots, they're gonna want to play them well. And yeah, they did beat them week 1 in Foxborough, and then they went and lost 7 straight, and then they won 7 straight. But I think the Fins give everything they got here. I think the Patriots somehow in the end pulled out maybe game-winning field goal. But I do like the Dolphins plus the points. I'll go Patriots in a close one, 17-16.
It's a fun football game, though. All right. The other AFC East matchup here. Jets traveling to Buffalo. Buffalo 16.5 point favorites at home here, over under 42.5. No, I don't think the Jets go into Buffalo and win, but I will say I actually love the Jets getting 16.5 in this one. The Bills obviously need it. They're going to want to win the division. I think they get that done, but Jet team these past couple of weeks have been a little bit more different. Zach Wilson is learning how to use his feet in the NFL, kind of like he did in college, kind of mix that in. And I think it's opening up his game more. I mean, they gave Tampa Bay a big time fight. We loved the over last week, thinking the Jets could keep up and score against them. That's what they did before Tom Brady went Tom Brady. But Jets ain't going to go down without a fight here. Like I said, I think Zach Wilson keeps his offense a little bit hot, keeps them in it before Buffalo pulls away late on the Josh Allen. 2 touchdowns on his feet saved his otherwise pretty bad game last week against Atlanta before actually getting the win there. The Jets right now, like I said, 16.5 is too much. Buffalo needs it more. They get it. Jets cover. I'll go 27-17.
Yeah, I mean, Gank, I kind of like the over in the Jets here too. I really do like the Jets. They played Tampa Bay. Really should have won that game, even with Antonio Brown dancing around the sideline and the end zone. I like the Jets. I think that this is kind of one of those teams that have a little fight. Salah's the type of guy that will get them ready to play. And the Bills, even though they went by 2 touchdowns, the Jets still cover, and I see it at the worst there. So I will take the Jets to cover. Buffalo wins, kind of takes care of business, but it's a close game. I'll go 27-17 Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on the Jets too. 16.5 is a lot of points. And I feel like for a team like the Jets with a young quarterback and a first-year head coach, they want to end the year with some momentum going into next year. And I don't think that getting demolished in Buffalo is a good segue into next year. So I don't think they're going to win, but I think they are going to play decent enough to stay within the 7 or 16.5. I think Zach Wilson post injury has looked pretty solid. Definitely growth this year. So as a Jet fan, it should be exciting. But I'll go Bills 31-20.
Yeah, my boy Zach. I need him to start looking a little better. I was starting to get worried I was wrong, but he's giving me a little more hope going into year 2 than he did about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Well, let's not act like the Bucs secondary can cover anyone. So let's not get crazy.
It's had a couple good games. I know it was the Jags defense and the Bucs, but yeah, you gotta start somewhere. All right. Carolina in Tampa Bay. 8-point favorites at home here, over under 41.5. Just another one of those games. I don't know what to expect. Pretty much feels like not much meaning to it. I guess Tampa Bay's seeding could be affected here, if anything. But if I know Brady, like I know Brady, he's obviously want to go out, compete, and win this game, and I think that's what he does and will do. Gain some more momentum going into the playoffs. You saw them get hot last year going into the playoffs, carried it all the way to the Super Bowl. Ugly game against the Jets last week, but as we just talked about, they still pulled it out, got a win, had another win. And like I said, we know what happens when this Tampa Bay team gets hot going into the playoffs. So I'm looking for Brady to actually come out, play this game, play well, and just get a job done at home, cover. Carolina, obviously nothing to play for here. Don't expect much from them. Give me Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay on the win here. Blowout fashion. Games to go under by half a point, 31-10.
Yeah, Gank, I mean, I am right there with you. I think Brady comes out firing. He plays well. The Panthers are just no match for him. The Bucs really take care of business, and Brady knows that these games matter. Even if you're not playing for much, you still want to look good and play well, and he will, as he always does. I think their offense cruises, and the Panthers really struggle offensively. So similar score to you. I'll give Panthers a little more credit. I'll go 30-13 Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucs here too, 27-10. I think when you look at the Bucs and Brady, I think they're gonna want to end the year on a high note too, going into the playoffs. I don't think they want to stumble to Sam Darnold and the Panthers. At home too, the Bucs at home are a problem. I think they average over 30 points a game. And against a Panthers team that started off hot and just has been really bad ever since Cam came back into the picture, honestly. I think they end the year on another loss. Bucs roll here. I'm going to go 27-10.
All right, the other NFC South. We got New Orleans heading to Atlanta. Atlanta 4.5-point home dogs here. Over under 40.5. Playoff doors still open for the Saints here. Atlanta eliminated. With that said, I mean, this Saints team kind of brutal to watch, especially offensively, ever since Jameis went down. I mean, we've watched a lot of field goals kicked. Somehow beat Tampa Bay 9-0 on field goals. No, last week, all field goals before finally finding the end zone and everything. And with that said, I think that should be enough for Atlanta to keep them in this game and keep it close. I don't expect the Falcons to win just because the Saints have a little bit more to play for, but I will take the Falcons to cover the 4.5. Give me the Saints 16-13. Boring game to watch.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I think the spread is just very tricky because I could see Saints anywhere from 3 to 6 point win. Even the Falcons win this game, so I would stay away. I'll take my Saints to win, but Gang, I kind of agree. I like the Falcons to cover. They've had a lot of fight. They're still coaching see if Matt Ryan just wins matter in Atlanta. See if Matt Ryan's the guy for the future or if they want to get a young guy. And I think that they're going to cover this. I think the Saints find a way to win because they have more to play for, but it's low scoring, pretty boring game. I'll give them a little more credit than you. I'll go 2017 New Orleans.
Yeah, I honestly want to know my record this year picking Falcons against the spread. I was wrong again last week, by the way.
By half a point.
By half a point, but still nonetheless. I'm actually going to take them to win this game. I don't think the Saints.
Oh, they're not winning.
Like I said before, I don't think the Saints are a good team. And, they're really hard to watch. If they get in the playoffs, they are just going to get dismantled by whoever they play. Yep. So I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. Falcons, Matty Ice at home last week. I think he's going to play well. So I'll go Falcons 23-21. So if that's a sign to anyone else, go take the Saints.
It's a lot of points. But I like it. All right. Another big division here, NFC West. Division winner not crowned yet. We will start with Seattle in Arizona. Arizona -6.5. At home over under 48. Arizona, huge win against Dallas last week. With that said, though, this Arizona team, first half of the season, second half, has been a little bit different. I thought they looked much better earlier on in the season than they do now. Like I said, big, impressive win against Dallas, but I still think there's some holes on this team. This team looked a lot better defensively earlier on than it does now. And while I am going to take Arizona and win this game at home, they're simply the better team than Seattle. I'll definitely take Seattle +6.5. Russell Wilson, after his slow return from his injury, is finally been getting things going. Seattle, did they hit the 50 burger last week or did they fall just short of it?
I think they hit it.
Yeah, I would
Somebody
say
hit
I
that.
don't know. If not, it was
No, the
very
Pats hit it.
Well, New
Oh,
England
the
hit it, but I
Pats,
think
yeah.
Seattle almost did too. They were
Yeah, that game.
close
That
if
game.
they didn't.
That
Yeah,
game had like 90 points.
Let's- Oh yeah,
Yeah.
51-29. Yeah, good call.
yeah. So
Like,
they
they
hit
over,
the
boys.
they hit the 50 burger. Trash, you say that's why you take the over. Yes, that is why. I had that over circled last week. It was the first thing you picked. I had to cross it out instantly, but overs in Seattle games have been treating me pretty well. It's obviously another pick I like, but Russell Wilson's so definitely try play spoiler here. He's going to score some points. I actually think this would be a real fun football game to watch. But Arizona, similar story, week-long trend here. They need it more. They are still slightly better than Seattle, and they're home here. So I think they'll win. Seattle will cover. Watch this one. It'll be fun. 27-24 Cardinals.
Heck, I feel like we've agreed on a good amount. I get the exact same score, man. I agree. It is just one of those games where Arizona will find a way to win. But be careful with Russ. Nothing to lose, going out there slinging it. He's mad about how the year went, and Arizona just kind of stumbled in the playoffs a little bit. Big win last week, but we all kind of saw that coming because they were going to bounce back, and they frankly just lost too many. They lost some good players, D Hop, JJ Watt, stuff like that. And that's hurt them. So I'll take 27-24, fun football game, but Arizona finds a way to win.
I'm with you guys on the over. I'm going to take the Cardinals to cover here, though. Big cover for us last week. Obviously, they went outright. But I think this is a game that they're going to look probably as good as they have in a few months, I think. Just to kind of make people give them a little more credit going into the playoffs. Obviously, they're 11-5. They hit a skid towards the end of the year. Big win last week, like Adam said. And I think at home here, I think their offense is finally going to really click, and I think they're going to take care of business here with hopes of still clinching the NFC West if the Rams can get upset by the Niners. But I'm going to go Cardinals, like the over with you guys too. I'm going to go Cards 33-21.
Points in Seattle.
Yes, sir.
All right. The other NFC West game here, San Fran in LA. Rams win, clinch the division, get a home game, all that fun stuff. And well, lose and they're opening up the door, but over under 44.5. The Rams. Here's my thought on the Rams. I believe I brought them up earlier talking about Dallas, saying how that this is maybe one of the teams they don't want to see. And I do love this Rams team. I love what they bring. Their biggest dilemma right now has actually been Matt Stafford and the way he's turned the ball over. Rams obviously clinched a playoff spot. We're going to see them in the postseason. But no, Matt Stafford, a lot of costly turnovers. Had to get lucky at the end against the Raven team that we talked about numerous times this season, just loaded with injuries unlike any other. And even a couple of weeks back, I believe it was against the Texans or something, Matt Stafford, multiple interceptions and winning closer than they should have against a team that they could have beaten up. And, that is something he's going to have to fix. If he gets that fixed, this Rams team is as dangerous as they come in the NFC, I think, right now. And you look at the rest of Matt Stafford's numbers, obviously great in this offense. Cooper Kupp, a big help for that. But with that said, the way he's kind of struggling right now, I actually think the Niners are go on the road and pull off an upset here. If they could force those couple mistakes from Matt Stafford and do what the Niners do, control the game on the ground, run the football, they're going to find a way to come to LA and win this game. I expect this game to be typical LA fashion, a Niner home game with the amount of fans that will be traveling there. And I think it's going to be a tough one for the Rams. Give me the Niners to pull off the upset 21-20.
Yeah, again, I'm going to definitely take the Niners to cover here. And if they do lose and the Saints find a way to win, they're out, I believe. So I'm going to take the Rams to still win this game because it's uncertain if Jimmy G is going to play or not. If Trey Lance plays, I don't see the Niners winning this game. But either way, I see it as a field goal game in the tight NFC West matchup like they always are. Close one, fun game to watch. But yeah, Matt Stafford needs to stop throwing early picks or it's going to halt him in the playoffs. So I'll go similar score to you, but I'm going to take the Rams to find a way to win 23-20.
Yeah, I'm right there with you guys. I'm going to take the Rams to win, Niners to cover. And shockingly enough, the Rams have lost 5 straight games to the Niners, including losing by 21 points. They lost by 21 points earlier this year in San Fran. So obviously San Fran knows something about LA and about McVay that has clearly worked. let's see if they can make it 6 straight and for a playoff spot. But I'm going to take the Rams at home here to find a way to win this game. I'm going to go 20-17. I just think the Rams are a better team. And but like you guys said, Matthew Stafford really has to clean it up if they want to make a run in the playoffs, because he hasn't looked too great. He honestly didn't even look that great last week against a pretty banged up Ravens secondary, which is definitely concerning.
I mean, OBJ doesn't make that crazy catch. The Ravens win that game, right?
Yeah, it's 4th down.
Wait,
Ravens
so
had a tough year.
So wait, if the
Jeez.
Rams, so San Fran loses, New Orleans wins. San Fran's out of the playoffs. New Orleans gets in.
Yeah,
I'm guessing just because, they're not locked in.
That's
with the
like
Niners.
low key. That's actually like low key very possible too.
yeah, very possible.
I think
Definitely.
some of us probably picked it on the show to actually happen that way. But
Unfortunately, I had Niners and Saints in the playoffs, and that can't happen. So
I think Trash just picked. Trash the other Saints.
no, Chaz didn't have the Saints.
Oh,
I remember being the only one with
I
the
was
Saints.
bashing
You
the
guys were
Saints
tripping.
later.
Yeah, you were. I wonder who Chaz's NFC wildcard teams are, though. Seattle was probably one.
I had Washington.
Washington, that was it. That was
Yeah.
that one that he,
I think I had Seattle as one too, though. But
And I have
I think we all might have had Seattle.
Yeah, we
no,
lost
I
that.
had
You had
Or-
Washington. Trash had, or
I
yeah,
did.
you.
I have the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we didn't have the car. I didn't have the cards in.
I don't think I did either.
Oh, I got excited
Definitely
to go
did.
through those wins and losses and division winners. That's always fun.
That's like the best episode.
Yeah, I love that episode too.
I gotta find that paper at my brother's house, to be honest. If not, I'm listening
Uh-oh.
to that one of the
You gotta
episodes
relook.
again and tracking down all our over unders. All right. Sunday night football. Biggest game of the week. Luckily, Sunday night has one like this. Do or die. I mean, we saw the game last Sunday night. No, it only meant something for one team. You gotta love when last week of the season, Sunday night can literally find a do or die game to put in there. And that's what we got. The Chargers and Raiders. Raiders 3-point dogs at home, over under 49.5. Chaz, we talked about this pre-show. You've seen it week one. Big time game in Vegas. It's not an easy place to go to. How are you feeling about this one here?
Yeah, I mean, 3 weeks ago, this would not have looked possible. I mean, the Raiders have won 3 straight to put themselves in the spot. So credit goes to them. Obviously, they've been through a lot this year, losing Henry Ruggs and that whole situation, and John Gruden. And to be in this spot, I think is pretty impressive. I think flip it on the other side, the Chargers, who I think a lot of people were expecting more of, probably shouldn't be in a win in game. I thought, at least originally in the beginning of the year, they would already have a playoff spot clinched by now. If you asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have taken the Chargers in this game, but I'm going to take the Raiders. Going to LA or going to Vegas in this type of scenario is not going to be easy. And the Chargers just kind of seem to be a team that disappoints, when they need to come up. And so do the Raiders. But home team here, this is the biggest game for the Raiders in years. And I'll take the home team here. They're hot, three wins in a row. I just can't pick against the team that's going to be home here with that stadium just rocking. So give me the Raiders to win, maybe on a walk-off field goal by Carlson, 28-27.
Yeah, man, I think this is going to be an awesome game to watch. I really hope so. Two high octane offenses. I'm still pretty torn here. Because anytime, as soon as you believe in the Raiders, they lose.
Yeah.
But they have nothing to, like, all the pressure is on the Chargers and they're at home. This is a playoff game. Like, this is a playoff game. So I'm going to take the experienced quarterback and the Raiders to win this one as well. It just kind of feels like the Chargers are going to play tight. They have more to lose. And, in a playoff game at home, Derek Carr, he's that guy. I think he's the dude that comes out with this win. So I'll take him to win and send himself to the postseason. And the Chargers just have another heartbreaking loss this year. So I'm going to take, I like a walk-off field goal as well. I'm going to go I'll go 30-27 Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you guys. This is one of the most excited I've actually ever been to watch a football game. I cannot wait to see what Vegas looks like that Sunday night. That place is going to be rocking. And I really want to pick the Chargers, but like I'm kind of with you guys. Like I just don't see how Vegas is going to come into this place and lose Sunday night. It feels like everything you want from a football game. It is a playoff game, pretty much, as we've been saying. And Vegas is coming in home in this atmosphere. It's going to be incredible to watch. I'm excited for this one, but I'm with you guys. Go Raiders at home here and win. Let's get the points. Let's go over. Let's make this game extra fun. Raiders 31-27. Just a way to close the season. Adam, I don't even know what the fuck we disagreed on. Do you take the Dolphins plus 6.5?
Yeah, I have the Fins covering.
I New England minus 6.5. I know that. That's one.
I had the Jags. You have the Colts, right?
Um,
Or did you have the Jags covering? That 15.
no, I had the Colts covering that one.
Okay, so we got those two.
Which one do you want? I'm fine with either or, honestly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think it'll be more fun.
The Colts game actually means something, but where's the other one? So actually, they both mean something.
Nah, give me the Fighting Fins to close the year out. Let's do that.
There it is.
Right.
He's back, of course. Some things don't change.
Just
Right
opening
back
up
to
the door
him.
for next season.
Let's go back to the Fighting Fins.
I love it.
Man.
I remember earlier in the year, AP was like, "Oh, they're not my Fins," and now week 18, he's right back on.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You know, people are who they are. All right.
Adam, you are first on these locks.
All
Say
right,
hot, AP,
first-
huh?
Yeah, first things first, give me Bucks minus 8. Brady only 8-point favorite at home. That just makes sense to me. Give me that Steelers plus 5.5. I don't like going against the Ravens, but I just kind of feel like they don't have as much to play for, and the Steelers really do. Watch the Steelers sneak into the playoffs somehow. And for my last one, I'm going to stick with this trend. I'm going to take the over 48 in Seattle and
Oh, you.
God damn it.
Seattle and Arizona. I've been doing an over and under like Chaz used to do.
I
and
was
then
waiting
over.
to fire that one out. You came in and closed on it.
Yeah, that's a tough week 18 going third, Chaz. I'm not sure where you're going, my man.
It
Oh
might be
man, you actually knocked two off my list that I really wanted, with Tampa Bay being one of them.
I wasn't letting Tampa Bay go by. No.
Okay. It's a tough week. I'm gonna throw it out there though, because I want in on this game. Give me the Raiders plus 3 at home and go win the game and clinch the spot. We'll start with the Sunday night. Sorry, Chaz, I had to do it.
God.
I'll stick with LA teams here, but LA games, I should say. I'll take the Niners plus 4 going to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Should be another close, fun game to watch. And I'm taking a lot of dogs here. I'm looking at a third. There's going to be 3 dogs. I'm debating between 2 here. If I want to stick with the same game Adam picked in Seattle, Arizona, or go with my gut, that's saying that it's a safer pick, and that's the Jets getting the whole 16.5 points against Buffalo. Buffalo, I think, can win by 2 touchdowns, and even so, we're still covering there.
Hank, that was what I was deciding between the Jets 16.5 or Seattle.
Yeah. Well, I got one or the other. I got.
Yeah. Jazzy.
This is ugly, boys. This is ugly.
At least for 33-17, he can afford some loss.
Yeah, I think he'll be all right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. All right, here we go. First, I'm going to start with Philly plus 7 on Saturday night.
Let's go.
I actually do like that one. I'm fairly confident in that one. Second, I'm going to go to the game that I was questioning why anyone would be there. I'm going to take the Washington football team minus 6.5.
People pay over $100 to go to that game.
Plus parking.
The thing is, people bought season tickets and have, and now they can't sell those tickets.
They can't
Who the
sell
fuck's
them.
going to buy them?
All right. I'm gonna do this. So you know this is gonna be a loss. Give me the Falcons plus 4.5.
You are locking the Atlanta Falcons?
Yep.
To be honest,
Oh man.
Plus 4.5, baby.
I
I
had
actually like it
Atlanta.
though.
I had Atlanta written down on my list. I didn't think I was going to get to it where I had to go it, but they were written down as an option for me. Wish I did it instead of Trash. So I might have had a better shot.
So Saints by like 14, probably.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Oh, yeah.
Chaz, I like that one. Yeah.
If you guys like it, then maybe I'm a little better. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to think I may just lay the points with the Saints when I actually bet it now.
I think I've locked 2 games this year that the Falcons involved and lost both of them. So one was an over and one was a team against the Falcons.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that streak goes past this season too. Just
Probably.
out of the hunch.
Probably.
Out of 100. All right, boys. Well,
All right, boys.
our next show, we'll be talking playoff football
With none of our teams in it.
with none of our teams in it.
Yeah.